where the f you going? I got your baby. Right, if you want him to live, you do everything I say. Turn the nigga. What the f? Y'all can run, but y'all niggas can't hide. You flew off in a helicopter, T. I told the pilot to wait. He heard the gunfire and he took off.
Yeah, you need to stay away from our artists.
She rolled up on me. Ain't my fault your on me. Gotcha. What they didn't know was the story of my American dream was far from over.
This better not be the final episode of BMF, bruh. This better not be the final episode of BMF, bruh, because ain't no way it's talks about this show potentially getting canceled, and they out here leaving us with all these cliffhangers and open-ended storylines. Like, nah, bruh, nah. Ain't no way it's talks of this show potentially getting canceled after the way episode 10 ended. Ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way. I don't know what's going on up there at that Stars Network, as well as this big Meech and 50 Cent situation that's going on, because we all know them two individuals haven't been seeing eye to eye with each other lately. But I'm gonna need everybody that's involved with this show to figure this shit out and continue to put out this show for the fans that enjoy watching this show. Because we definitely need a season 5 after watching episode 10. I feel like, in my opinion, there's still more story to tell. And I feel like they could wrap up all these stories if they get one more season. I feel like they just need one more season to wrap everything up. But like I said, I don't know what's going on with Stars as well as 50 Cent and Big Meech, but I need everybody to get on the same page with each other and figure this shit out so we can continue to watch BMF. But top of the top, YouTube, what's the deal with y'all? What's up with everybody? I'll go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about BMF Season 4, Episode 10, and let y'all know how I felt about the episode, as well as what I disliked about the episode, and break down this episode for y'all. But before I do that and get into this video, as usual, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, and you like BMF content like me, tap in and hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. And leave all your thoughts and comments that you have that you want to leave down below in the comment section. And y'all let me know how y'all felt about the episode and how y'all felt about the season 4 finale. In my opinion, to me, this was one of the best season finales so far out of the series, bruh. Like, I personally enjoy all of the season finales in the show besides season 3 finale of BMF. I felt like that season finale could have been a little bit better. But to me, this season 4 finale beats out all of the season finales so far in BMF. This is just my opinion. But I did enjoy this episode. I'm going to give this episode a 10. I enjoyed everything about this episode, from the dialogue to the character developments, the storylines. Like, I ain't got nothing bad to say about this episode. Like I said, I feel like this was one of the best season finales so far out of the series. Like, we saw 3 people get dropped off in this episode. Your boy B. Mickey got smoked. Lamar finally checked out and died in this episode after coming back from the dead like 3 times already. Trell's bodyguard Kano got dropped off in this episode. Like, we got 3 bodies in this episode, bruh. 3 bodies in this season finale. And while I'm already on the topic about talking about people getting dropped off, I'm gonna start the recap off with talking about both B. Mickey and Lamar getting taken out in this episode and what led up to that. So, going into this episode, we saw both Meech and Terry return to Atlanta in this episode to handle the B. Mickey situation. And Terry tasked Hoop with setting up B. Mickey by bringing him to Meech and Terry so they could take him out. So, Hoops called B. Mickey and made it seem like him and Terry needs him to come out to Atlanta because things went sideways out there and they need his help. And afterwards, Hoops went to go meet up with B. Mickey to put this plan in motion. And Hoops was making it seem like Meech was in jail for Laz's murder and telling B. Mickey that he's been having issues with Terry ever since he started to take over the BMF organization ever since Meech moved out to Atlanta. And B. Mickey ended up admitting to Hoops that he was the one that killed Laz when Hoops asked him if he was still working with Detective Brian or not, revealing to Hoop the only reason why he killed Laz was to get back at Meech for kicking him out of the BMF organization. And after he told him this, he then proceeds to tell Hoops with Meech allegedly being in jail for Laz's murder, they could take over BMF and run it together if they take out Terry. And I don't know how B. Mickey did not realize that he was getting played by Hoops, bruh. Like, I don't know how he wasn't able to catch on to that. But apparently he wasn't able to catch on to it, I guess. So after this meetup that B. Mickey had with Hoops, B. Mickey got a phone call from his wife letting it be known to him that she's in Atlanta looking for him. And Lamar took the phone out of B. Mickey's wife's hand and told B. Mickey that he got his wife and his daughter hostage. And he wants him to give himself up in exchange for their lives. And Lamar wasn't trying to hear anything B. Mickey had to say until B. Mickey told him that he was going to be meeting up with Terry tomorrow and that Meech was going to be there as well. and they could finish what they started. And with no other choice, B. Meechie gave Lamar the address where he was going to be meeting up with Hoops and Terry at, which was going to be at an abandoned mall. So B. Meechie went to the abandoned mall to meet up with Hoops, and Hoops walked B. Meechie dumb ass right into a trap and lured B. Meechie to Meech and Terry. And as Meech was about to get ready to so-called take the kill shot on B. Meechie, Lamar walked in the spot with Aisha and started shooting at everybody. And bruh, shout out to your boy Hoops for what he said to Lamar in this episode, bruh. Your boy Hoops had me cracking up. He called this nigga Lamar determined nigga. Like, bruh, I swear, this scene had me cracking the fuck up. But that was one of the most funniest lines I done heard so far in season 4. Like, your boy Hoops had me cracking up in this shootout scene, bruh. He had me cracking up. This shootout scene alone was just funny as hell, bruh. The dialogue in this scene was funny as hell. But Lamar came up in the spot and started shooting at everybody. Meech Terry and Hoops was trying to kill both B. Meechie and Lamar. B. Meechie was still shooting at Meech while getting shot at by Lamar. Like, this shootout was all over the place, bruh. Like I said, this shit was funny as hell. We low-key saw a triple threat match shootout in this episode between these niggas. Like, this shootout was crazy as hell. But Lamar ended up getting popped again during this shootout. He got hit up by B. Meechie again, and I don't know why B. Meechie did not empty out the clip on Lamar. Like, B. Meechie had the opportunity to empty out the clip on Lamar, but he did it. And this came back on his ass, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But right after B. Meechie popped Lamar, this nigga B. Meechie wife started crying and started comforting Lamar when he got shot. All because Lamar decided to run his mouth in this episode and tell B. Meechie's wife about what happened to Kato and tell her that B. Meechie was the one that shot her. And while all this was going on, big-headed ass Detective Brown was downstairs in the parking lot because he followed Lamar in this episode after putting out an APB for Lamar's car after finding out from the clerk at the front desk of the hotel that B. Meechie was staying at that they saw B. Meechie's wife and his daughter leave the hotel in a hearse. So Brian showed up there and he had to stand off with B. Meechie, and B. Meechie crashed out in this episode and took his wife hostage and held her at gunpoint. And with B. Meechie making the same dumbass mistake that he did in episode 1 by not fully emptying out the clip on Lamar and taking him out, Lamar rose back up from the dead once again and used the final little moments that he had in his life and shot B. Meechie. And Detective Brian emptied out the clip on B. Meechie and finished the job and took him out. And one thing I will say is I ain't mad at your boy B. Meechie for crashing out. I ain't mad at him for doing this. Because not like that. But his wife was wrong as hell for siding with Lamar over him. Like, not like that. But Lamar was just holding both her and her daughter hostage. Like, how the hell you just gonna side with a stranger over your husband? A stranger that kidnapped you at that. Like, I ain't understand this part, bruh. I didn't understand this part at all. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy your boy B. Meechie got taken out. Like, I'm glad he got taken out and all that. But in my opinion, your boy B. Meechie not wrong for crashing out, bruh. He not wrong for this. This man Lamar was trying to take his family away. Like, he over there falling in love with the daughter and the wife and trying to take them away from B. Meechie and create his own little family with them. Like, I'm not mad at your boy B. Meechie for crashing out, bro. I'm not mad at him for doing this. But he did get what he deserved, though. He definitely got what he deserved because, like I said in my episode 9 recap, if he just would have stayed his ass at home in Detroit and his wife and his daughter wouldn't have gotten kidnapped by Lamar, like, all he had to do was just stay at home in Detroit. That's all he had to do. But when him being so thirsty for revenge, this cost him his life in the end. So, hey, it is what it is. They got both B. Meechie and Lamar out of here in this episode, so I ain't mad about that. I ain't mad about that at all. Both B. Meechie and Lamar definitely bring a different vibe to this show. I will say that. You can tell the show is completely different when them two characters is in the show. And they honestly make the show even better, even though I still feel the show is good without. But rest in peace to both B. Meechie and Lamar. It was fun while it lasted, and it is what it is. But moving on, at the end of the episode, we saw your boy Meech get locked up in this episode for attempted murder after him and his crew got into a brawl with Troll and his crew at the Platinum Palace. Because at the end of the episode, Meech and his crew was kicking it at the Platinum Palace. And while they was kicking it at the Platinum Palace, Troll's new artist Karina approached Meech at the club and gave Meech her demo to listen to. And Troll and his bodyguard Kano saw Meech talking to Karina and told Meech that he needs to stop taking all of their artists and all of this stuff, knowing good and goddamn well they saw Karina approach Meech and she was the one that took her ass over there and started bothering Meech. And I don't know why, but your boy Kato decided it would be a good idea to try to little boy Meech and put his hands on Meech's shoulders. And right after he did that, all hell ended up breaking loose and a big ass brawl broke out. And it got bad to the point where even Tina had to get involved in this brawl. Like, she picked up a bottle and cracked Trill across the head with it. Like, she even had to get involved in this brawl. But after she cracked Trill across the head with the bottle, Trill ended up pushing Tina on the ground, and Tina fell right on top of Trill's bodyguard Kano and stabbed him in the neck with the bottle. So as Meech and his crew was trying to leave the club before the cops came, big-headed ass Detective Brian and his partner Mike Taylor, who is a new character that we got introduced to in this episode. I talked about this in my episode 10 prediction video that I dropped a couple of days ago. And they arrested Meech, Tina, and Ashley for attempted murder. And if you know about the real life BMF story or watch the Blowing Money Fast documentary, then you know that this fight that took place was similar to the events that happened in real life between BMF and Puff former bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones. Because back in the early 2000s, Meech and his crew got into it with Anthony Wolf Jones at Club Chaos, which led to them getting into a shootout outside the club, which led to Anthony Wolf Jones getting killed during this shootout, as well as Meech going to jail and going on trial for attempted murder. So like I said, if you know about the BMF story, then you know this event that took place in this episode between Meech and Terry is similar to the events that took place in real life between BMF and Puffy's former bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones. And even though I still feel like Terry need to get taken out, I like how they did this setup, bro. I like how they did this. Once I saw this scene and saw Detective Brian and Mike Taylor show up and arrest Meech for Kano's murder, I instantly thought of the events that happened in real life at Club Chaos between BMF and Puffy's former bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones. But like I said, Meech did get arrested in this episode, and if there is a season 5, because as of right now, we don't know if there's going to be a season 5 or not, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Meech get out of jail and he's going to beat this. We know in real life, Meech went on trial and he was able to beat this attempted murder charge. And right after this, he charged about 300 some people on the goddamn plane. They all went out to Mexico, which is the real reason why I'm hoping we get a season 5, because I want to see that goddamn Cancun trip that happened. But like I said, if we do get a season 5, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Meech go on trial for this and he's going to beat this and get out of jail. So I don't got too much else to say about this. I do hope your boy Trail get taken out in season 5 if we do get a season 5. Like I said, I do like how they touched on the similar events that happened in real life between BMF and Anthony Wolf Jones at Club Chaos. And I'm expecting Meech to get out of jail in season 5 and beat this attempted murder charge. But continuing on with Meech, in this episode, we saw Meech and Terry split up and go their own separate ways. And we finally found out what happened in Mexico between Meech and Terry after waiting 10 episodes to see the reasoning behind Meech and Terry falling out with each other in Mexico. Because as usual, we saw the episode start off with the Mexico storyline, picking up right where they left off at in episode 9 with the Federales shooting at Meech, Terry, and Loco. And while they was fighting off the Federales, Loco got shot while trying to make a run for it and escape on the helicopter that came to pick them up before it takes off. And Meech risked his own life to help out Loco to make sure that he didn't get taken out. And instead of Terry following behind Meech and risking his life to help out Meech and Loco, your boy Terry did the dash and he got on. He ran and jumped on the helicopter and left Meech and Loco behind. He said, I ain't helping nobody out. Like your boy Terry straight up left Meech and Loco in Mexico, which I was expecting to happen. I knew Terry was going to leave Meech and Loco behind in Mexico, and that was the real reason why they fell out in the first place. But we ain't have to wait 10 episodes to see this shit. Like, I understand that Meech was hurt by this, because Meech was definitely hurt by this, but at the same time, they could have wrapped this Mexico storyline up in one episode. I'm just saying. But I definitely understood why they made us wait until episode 10 to figure out the real reason behind Meech and Terry falling out with each other. Because you could tell Meech was hurt by this. He definitely was hurt by this. And honestly, I'm not mad at Terry for doing the dash and getting up out of there. Like, bruh, if I was Meech, I wouldn't even have been tripping off of this. Like, Terry is the little brother at the end of the day. And as a big brother, it's his job to make sure that his little brother is good at the end of the day, no matter what. Like, Terry is wrong for leaving Meech in Mexico, because at the end of the day, that's his brother at the end of the day, and you don't leave your brother behind. But at the same time, as a big brother, Meech should have been a little bit more understanding about Terry's safety and him wanting to get out of Mexico and get back to his family. But moving on to Terry and the Detroit storyline, in this episode, we saw Boom retaliate against Terry once again and send some shooters to shoot up Terry's restaurant after finding out about Terry and Markeisha plans to move to California. Because in this episode, Boom ended up finding out from his sons that Markeisha's going to be taking her sons with her, and she's going to be moving out to California with Terry. And as expected, Boom got upset about this and he wanted to do something about it. So while Terry and his family was at his restaurant for his going away party, Boom sent 2 of his shooters from his crew to shoot up Terry's restaurant to try to stop Terry from taking Markeisha and his kids with them and moving them out to California. And honestly, bro, I don't know why in the hell we keep seeing Terry and Boom go back and forth with each other. Like, at some point, bro, they need to wrap this storyline up, bro. They need to wrap this up. Like, if we do get a season 5, I'm gonna need them to have Terry catch a body in season 5 and have them take out your boy Boom. Like, I'm getting tired of seeing this Terry and Boom storyline and seeing them two go back and forth with each other over Markeisha. Like, we saw the same thing happen in the season 2 finale of BMF. Like, we saw your boy Boom retaliate against Terry because he was messing around with Markeisha. And we saw the same thing again happen in the season 4 finale. Like, this is the only thing that I didn't like about the episode. I don't like the fact that we saw Boom retaliate against Terry again in this episode and they left us on a cliffhanger with us not knowing who made it out of this shootout alive or who got taken out. And I'm pretty sure everybody survived this shootout. I don't think none of the main characters got shot far as Hoop. Lucille, Nicole, Lawanda's boyfriend, DeMarcus. We got introduced to Lawanda's new boyfriend in this episode. Like, I don't think none of the main characters got shot. But I'm not a fan of them having Boom retaliate against Terry again like they did in the season 2 finale and leaving us off with a cliffhanger like they did in the season 2 finale. I'm not a fan of that. And like I said, if we do get a season 5, I hope we see Terry take out Boom in season 5 and they finally get rid of his character once and for all. Now, before I end this recap off, I gotta talk about Lucille and the stuff that she said in this episode, bro. I gotta talk about her. Because ain't no way in hell you been crying and begging for Charles to leave the house just for your ass to cry now that he finally decided to give you what you wanted and move out of the house and moved to Atlanta to be closer to Meech. Because while Charles and Lucille was at B. Mickey's funeral, Charles revealed to Lucille that he wasn't coming back to Detroit when Lucille told Charles that she'll see him in Detroit the next following day. And as soon as Charles said that, your girl Lucille got the nerve to start crying and start begging and asking Charles not to leave her alone. Like, nah, bruh, nah. You've been complaining all season long about Charles sitting on his ass and not doing nothing and moping about his music career and all this stuff. You told the man you don't want the man in the house anymore. The best thing for him to do was to leave the house. And now that Charles has decided to give Lucille what she wanted, she want to cry and mope and pout and beg Charles not to leave. Like, I swear, bro, Lucille is a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. She been doing all this unnecessary ass complaining, stressing everybody out to the point where they don't want to live no more. And now that everybody is cutting ties with Lucille, she want to mope and cry about it. Like, shout out to your boy Charles for leaving Lucille alone in that goddamn house. Shout out to Charles and Nicole for moving up out of that house and leaving Lucille all alone in that big ass house. That's what the hell her ass get. But I ain't got too much else to say about this episode. Like I said, this episode was great. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I do hope we could get the renewal for season 5 because as of right now, we still don't know if BMF is going to come back for a season 5. I hope they come back for a season 5 because they just can't end the show off like this, bro. Like, they can't end it off like this. You got Terry about to move to California. Meech is finna have a baby. We found out in this episode that Ashley is pregnant. And he about to go on trial for murder. Like, now is not the time for them to cancel this show, bro. Now's not the time for them to do that. Like I said, I feel like they should give them one more season to wrap up all the stories. They should at least do that. Like, I feel like if they do get a season 5, I feel like that should be the final season of BMF. And then they should cancel it afterwards. But canceling it right now doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense at all to me. But we're just going to have to wait and see how things is going to play out on whether or not if we're going to get that renewal for season 5. I will be dropping more BMF content in the future, so stay on the lookout for that as well. If you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit that like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all BMF content I post on my channel. And leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. Thank you to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting the channel as I recap this season of BMF. Thank you to each and last one of my subscribers that's been supporting me and showing love to my content. I genuinely appreciate each and every last one of y'all. I rock with y'all heavy, so thank you to everybody that's been supporting me and supporting the channel as well as supporting the content that I upload and create. I genuinely appreciate y'all. But I'm gonna get at y'all later. Much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe and God bless. I'll see y'all next time.